Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. This is Daily Politics, your go-to platform for everything politics, policy, and governance. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Tonight, we dive into the growing security concerns gripping the nation. In Kano, the State Police Command has banned all Salah Durbar celebrations, citing security threats amid the lingering power tussle between Emir Sanusi Muhammad Sanusi II and Emir Aminu Ado Bayero. Meanwhile, in Edo, outrage continues over the gruesome mob killing of northern travelers for Salah celebrations. Now, the victims stopped at Uromi in Eson Northeast local government area of Edo State were accused of being kidnappers after a mob found Dane guns in their vehicle. Without verification, they were burned alive in a horrific act of jungle action. Now, the incident has drawn national and international condemnation, with Amnesty International Nigeria among those demanding justice. Well, to help us unpack some of these developments, first starting with developments in Kano, where the cancellation of the Eid Durbar is generating a lot of conversations. Polarizing views, as you can imagine, is the State Police Public Relations Officer, Superintendent of Police Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, is joining us via Zoom from Kano. SP, thank you so much for joining us on the program. I appreciate you for taking the time. Help us understand how the police in Kano arrived at the conclusion to ban Durbar festivities in Kano. All right, I think we lost our connection to the Public Relations Officer of the Police Command in Kano. We're going to work on that connection in just a moment. Stick around. We will be back in just a moment. Meanwhile, we're going to take a quick reaction from Kano following that pronouncement by the police that this year's Durbar, or the Eid Durbar that had been planned already, has been cancelled. Well, we'll circle back to that in just a moment. So join us after this short break. All right, welcome back to the program. Thank you most kindly for staying with us. Well, to set the ball in motion, let's go over to Kano, where Abdulaziz Ibrahim put together this report about the reactions following the police announcement of the suspension of the Durbar in Kano. His report.
Kano State, known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant traditions, is now grappling with a significant shift due to an unresolved emirate dispute. The 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, announced his decision to cancel the previously planned Salah festivities, citing concerns for public safety. Following the people's mandate bestowed upon us and our commitment to their protection, we find it necessary to withdraw any arrangements made for Salah celebrations given the current situation. Meanwhile, Muhammadu Sanusi, the 16th Emir of Kano, had been planning to hold the annual Durbar. Amid ongoing tensions surrounding the emirate crisis, the Kano State Police Command announced Friday that the Durbar had been officially banned.
The command, in liaison with other security agencies, having obtained and assessed the security situation in the state, especially the rising tension and uncertainties around Durbar activities, Hawan Salah, particularly the tendency to plunge the state into anarchy, made necessary consultations with the state government, the parties, and other critical stakeholders. As part of collective commitment to sustain the peace and security, a ban has been placed on all Durbar, Hawan Salah activities throughout the state during the Salah celebrations.
While some residents support the decision in the interest of peace, others worry about its economic and social consequences. At times, a lot of people rely on me for the horse riding accessories because I am in the system. But whatever has been destined, we just have to be patient because at the end, it will be beneficial to us and our dear state. Sincerely, we are not happy because despite our business plans, the decision comes to us suddenly. We just hope for the best afterwards.
to mu gaskiya mu idan an ce ba za a yi hawan dawa ba gaskiya mu kamar mu faduwa ne a tattara da mu.
The decision to ban the hawa affects my soft drinks business as we look forward to it at this Kofar Kudu area. So we hope the decision is reversed. As the situation continues to evolve, many hope for a swift resolution to the emirate crisis, one that will restore not just peace but also the traditions that define Kano State. Abdullahi Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
Right, that was Abdullahi Ibrahim with some reaction there following the decision to suspend or ban the planned Eid Durbar in Kano, which continues to generate some rather tense discussions in Kano, which is known for its rich traditional and cultural heritage. Now, this, of course, is against the backdrop of the continuous battle for the emirship position in Kano. And we also witnessed this week the speech by the 15th Emir of Kano, Emir Aminu Ado Bayero, saying that, of course, they are suspending plans to put together a Durbar, the usual Hawan Sallah, as they usually call it in Hausa, because of concerns about security. And a couple of days later, the police went ahead to make its own official announcement banning all the planned Durbar activities across Kano State. Now, mind you, this is just coming weeks after the Kano State government announced plans commencing for the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, which is going to happen in a matter of days. What does this mean for Kano, especially in light of all of the tensions that has been brewing since the return of Emir Sanusi, I beg your pardon, Emir Muhammad Sanusi II, back on the throne of Kano. And of course, the police has given some details regarding some of those security concerns and what it actually means for Kano to have peace during this time of these celebrations. But as you did hear from that report by Abdullahi Ibrahim, many are not impressed because of what is being left out as a result of all of these developments. I believe we now have the Public Relations Officer of the Kano Police Command, Superintendent of Police Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, is joining us via phone. SP, good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining the conversation. He's joining us virtually via Zoom. Good evening, SP, and thank you so much for joining us on Daily Politics. Help us understand the context when the Commissioner of Police says this is all because of a security concern amounting to what may threaten law and order in Kano. Help us understand what kind of threats he's talking about.
Thank you. Already introduced. My name is SP Abdullahi Haruna Kiyawa, the Public Relations Officer of Kano State Police Command. Prior to this ban that was placed on Durbar today by the combined security agencies in the state, the Kano State Police Command, under the leadership of the State Commissioner of Police, CP Ibrahim Adamu Bakuri, PhD, has been assessing the security situation in the state, especially as regard to the Durbar celebrations in the state. When you look at the issue of Durbar in Kano, where they used to hold this Durbar, especially the Hawan Nasarawa, Hawan Daushi, and other Durbar activities within the state, from the onset, we got a lot of intelligence reports that show that there is likelihood of the clashes, especially as regards the issue of emirate trouble in the state. And since we obtained these various intelligence reports showing all this likelihood of violence in the state, the Commissioner of Police,
yeah, go ahead, SP. We can
continue with stakeholders engagement. It started with the civil society organizations, involving also the state government as well as the warring parties. And today, all the legal security agencies came together and came up with the decision in liaison with the state government and other security experts in the state to ban all forms of Durbar activities in the coming Salah celebrations. This Durbar ban was made after all these consultations in order to ensure that Kano State remains peaceful.
Right. And there is a bit of a coincidence for a lot of people watching this development unfold in Kano, that the police made this announcement shortly after the 15th Emir of Kano, Emir Ado Bayero, made his own announcement cancelling plans for a durbar. So did the police take its cue from the fact that Emir Aminu Ado Bayero has withdrawn plans to take part in durbar festivities?
As I told you, prior to this time, the police and other security agencies in the state has been assessing the situation and, of course, coming up with strategies to mitigate anything that has to do with causing breach of trust in the state. The pronouncement made is not even related to this ban. The ban is as a result of the assessment of the whole situation. Even if when you look at the situation, when you look at the evaluations, it's just because that if the durbar is to be held, if it is one-sided, there is such a likelihood of the violence from the intelligence, credible intelligence obtained. When you look at Kano, even some years back, not only due to emirate trouble, durbar has been banned because of likelihood of clashes of this endeavor, Togri talks, using the durbar to attack innocent people, kill, maim, and cause injuries and damages to property. And this time around, the Salah durbar is coming along with all these issues. And as security agencies in the state, we have to prioritize peace above everything else. And they came up with this decision, not only done by the security agencies, but of course in liaison, in contact with the Kano state government, as well as other security stakeholders in Kano state.
Right. And SP, I mean, you know how big Eid celebrations are, especially in northern Nigeria or around the world, generally speaking. So talk to me about what the security situation is going to be like this Eid, because you say all forms of durbars have been banned, right, throughout this particular period. So what are the people allowed to do to celebrate Eid?
We have made it categorically clear in our release, and the Commissioner of Police have stated it that people are allowed to go to their various Eid prayer grounds as well as other activities in the state, especially visiting friends and families, as combined security agencies in the state has concluded adequate security arrangements to ensure that people celebrated the Salah peacefully and there is no breakdown of law and order. So we are assuring the good people of Kano State that all necessary security arrangements have been concluded to ensure that they celebrate the Salah peacefully in Kano State.
Well, SP, thank you so much for joining us on Daily Politics. Appreciate you for the update and thank you for your time.